CTV News at 5 with Hudson Mack.
Also in court today in Victoria, justice for Jalupé. Two men charged with starving and hanging that horse to death nearly 3 years ago were in court to receive their sentence. David WHIFFEN and Clayton Cunningham were found guilty of not providing suitable food and care for their horse Jalupé over the 2 months before its death in 2009. The verdict did not deal with the accusation that the men had killed the horse by hanging it from a backhoe. The pair was charged only with animal neglect. Before Jalupé died, the aging horse was put on a special diet of wet food because its teeth were rotten and useless. The men claim that they did not know about that required diet, but that wasn't good enough for Jalupé's previous owner.
So, yes, I'm sorry that the horse didn't get a wet diet sooner. If I'd known, I would have done it.
It's been a tough trial. It's been very emotional, very hard to hear. It wasn't the outcome that we had hoped for today, but at least there is finality to it, and he will pay.
The judge fined WHIFFEN $7,500 and ordered that he not own any pets for 5 years. Cunningham was found less culpable and was given a suspended sentence and 12 months probation. He is also banned from owning animals for a 5-year period. RCMP and Tofino are asking for your help tonight. They're trying to your help with them in what could be a missing persons case. A woman says she thought she saw 2 people being swept off the rocks at Sunset Point in Cox Bay by a large wave last night. RCMP launched an extensive search this morning, but it has since been called off and no one has been found. Hotels and resorts in the area have been canvassed to do a guest count. No one has been reported missing. If you know anything about the case or have any information, you're asked to contact your nearest RCMP or police department. Well, this is the day after federal budget day, and the Conservative government is towing the party line today as ministers have fanned out across the country to sell the economic plan to Canadians. MPs are spreading the word, and it happened in Victoria today. The MP for Vancouver Island North, the Minister of Indian and Northern Affairs, John Duncan, did his part this morning, extolling the virtues of the budget to the Victoria Chamber of Commerce. Duncan told the Chamber crowd that the key to Finance Minister Jim Flaherty's budget is balance and moderation. Duncan warned of more economic aftershocks from the unstable countries of Europe, such as Greece. And he says the Conservatives' majority government goal is to balance the budget while creating jobs.
We face ever-increasing competition from emerging and fast-growing countries, and we have the challenges associated with an aging population and demographic change. Fortunately, Canada is facing these challenges from a position of strength.
Duncan stayed on message of job growth, support for education, and Aboriginal skills training. Earlier this afternoon, John Duncan was in our studios discussing the impact of the budget and how it will help Vancouver Island First Nations. He also suggested in our conversation that there may be federal funding coming for the E&N trackbed improvements. And I asked him about the robocall scandal and allegations that it touched his riding of Vancouver Island North.
We didn't do anything any different this time than we've done previously. And so, it only takes actually 1 or 2 people to file an official complaint with the courts, and the process starts. I believe that my margin was a very safe margin, 1,827 votes. That's a good margin. It's about 3 times the margin of the 2 previous elections, and I think there's really not much to tell on this story. We'll just have to see what the courts do with it.
Let's talk again about the budget. People on Vancouver Island looking for infrastructure money, specifically for the rail bed on the E&N line and Ottawa's portion of sewage treatment in Greater Victoria. Is the money there for the E&N?
The E&N was not addressed directly in the budget. So we're taking a good hard look at the E&N proposal. We're still a little bit away, and I expect that you will be hearing very soon on the federal decision on the E&N.
And can you give us a hint?
Well, you'll be the first to know, Hudson.
All righty, we'll leave it at that. John Duncan, thanks for taking time for us.
Thank you so much.
Well, from cooking to carpentry, it was competition time for 300 students from across the Capital Region today, duking it out at Camosun College for top prize in a regional skills competition.
Ready? And fire.
Students from secondary and middle schools across the Capital Region got to build rockets and even a bridge made entirely of spaghetti. The goal of the competition is to introduce trades to younger students and to give the older students a chance to show off their skills. At stake were bronze, silver, and gold medals and, of course, bragging rights. The students were judged on their design, and then their bridge was put to the test.
It's quite surprised that I won.
They're really easy to break.
It's really interesting. It's awesome.
It's a real action-packed day for schools to bring students and to try things out, get some exposure to some of the different trades and technology areas, get on the campus, see what it might be like to be a student here.
The winner of the skills competition qualifies to go to Abbotsford to compete in the provincial finals. More than 10,000 kids up and down Vancouver Island will take a break from their classes to clean up their neighborhoods, all part of this year's Tim Hortons community cleanup. This is the third year of the cleanup. For the first time, it is island-wide, with schools from Victoria to the Comox Valley signed up. On April 19th, those students fan out across their communities and pick up litter. They'll sort the garbage from the recyclables and send it all away on BFI trucks.
It's been happening in Victoria for 3 years, and we've wanted to get involved, and it's spread now throughout 7 different districts, and we're happy to be one of them. There's 10,000 kids signed up this year, and we have 4,000 of that. So we're very pleased and proud of all the volunteers and teachers and the kids, obviously.
The Comox Valley has the highest percentage of students participating anywhere on the island. School officials say there's a community cleanup which serves as a good lesson for the kids, not just in hard work, but in social responsibility.
We have a lot of children that like to come and get our own garbage grabbers during recess time, and they take good pride in keeping our yard clean and looking after it, and then it's something that we can all be proud of. So this is a great way to get everybody involved, and we'll go a little bit further than just the school grounds. We're going to go out into the community around us.
The first Tim Hortons community cleanup on Vancouver Island was in 2010. It has grown since then. That year, only about 1,100 students took part.